Joining us here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods, coming here out of our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. We've got our newest addition to our inventory today that we're going to go over, and this is a 1969 Camaro, and as you can see, it is not a real Z, but it's the Z28 styled Camaro. So it's got some of the styling cues that, you know, make it look like the Z28. So what we're looking at here, a nice blue, kind of a metallic blue here on this car. Paints it pretty nice on here. It's got the ghosted in stripes, the Z28 stripes, up over the hood here, over that cowl hood, and then of course over the deck lid and up over the rear spoiler of the car. Now, as I mentioned, we do have those Z28 emblems on the front fender here. We also have them on the front grille and the tail panel, but we'll see those as we walk around the car. We also have all the bright trim here, the wheel lip moldings. You've got the drip rail molding here up over top of the window here. You also have the quarter panel accents down here, down next to the wheel here. Got those, and then you got the rocker panel molding here as well. All of the moldings here are in really good shape, nice and shiny. They're polished up real nice, and they're real straight. They're not dented up or dinged up or anything there. Hood fitment, from what I can see right now, is pretty good on this car. The elevations are really nice on it. Gaps are nice too. Just kind of like the door here. You can see the gaps here on the front side of the door as well as on the back side, and you can see from that side profile that those gaps are very even front to back. Elevations too, as I look down the side of the car, front to back as well as back to front, I can tell that the elevations on that door are really nice. So that door's been adjusted according to the fender and the quarter panel. Really, really nice here. As far as wheels and tires go on this car, we do have a set of US mag polished aluminum wheels, front and back. They are 17-inch wheels, and mounted on those wheels we have Sumitomo HTR Z3 tires. Again, the tread's very nice. They look almost new on the side of this car here. Camaro script emblem here on the front fender as well. Got the driver's side mirror up here on the door also. Now we'll just take a quick peek inside here. And on the inside here we can see that we've got a full black vinyl interior here. Front bucket seats with headrests. It's all factory stuff, so you got your factory dash, factory instrumentation, center console, and so forth. We'll go inside here a little bit later and take a look at this a little more closely. But again, it's all in really good condition. All the seals and weather stripping are all in good shape. There's no tears or chunks in any of this. They're all intact and very nice, good and soft too, so they're going to seal up real nice. Even the little rubber bump stops here on the top and bottom of the door. So, like I said, I'll come back to the interior here a little bit later. As we come back here a little further, again looking down the side, I'm looking at the whole entire side, all of the metal, the quarter, the door, and the front fender, and I can tell you that the doors, all the metal is all straight on this car. You see no waviness at all on this particular car. Again, all of your side marker bezels, those are in really good condition too. And then of course we've got the chrome front and rear bumpers on the car also. All right, now around the back side of our 69 Camaro, we take a look at, you know, all the same things we do on all of our cars. First and foremost, we've got all the trim around the windows here. You can see how nice that is. Very straight, shined up really nice. Our rear glass here looks to be slightly tinted, and again, it's in good shape too. There's no cracks or chips out of the glass. As far as the trunk lid itself, we'll look the whole way around here at the gaps. Gaps are very uniform the whole way around, both sides and the back side here, very uniform. Again, you've got those ghosted in stripes here on that rear deck lid and continuing over this rear trunk spoiler itself, which again, that is in good shape too. Your tail panel down here, you got your tail lights down here. The lenses in those are in good shape. There's no cracks or chips in any of the lenses. Those are all intact. The trim around those headlight or the taillight bezels, that's in really good shape too. I don't see any of the paint or any of the finish missing off of any of that. That looks good. Of course, you've got the Z28 emblem here on the tail panel. That chrome bumper, again, that's nicely polished up. And it's got the little tiny bumperettes down here also to kind of help finish this off back here. We'll go ahead and pop the trunk here real quick. And underneath the trunk lid here, we can see it's painted that same blue as the exterior of the car. We've got a nice trunk mat in here. Now the trunk floor itself has been painted with the correct green, black and aqua trunk spatter paint. And then our seals here on our trunk, those look to be all new. Very soft. There's no tears or any chunks torn out of there. It's complete and butted up against one another here. So again, when that trunk lid's closed, you're going to have a real nice tight weatherproof seal here. Okay, now on the passenger side of our vehicle, I'll start back here and I'm going to look down the side of the car here. I'm going to look at the quarter panel, the door, and that front fender, and I'm going to tell you that I don't see any waviness at all. Also, when I look at the door, the adjustment, the elevation on that door, I can see that it's been lined up very nicely with the quarter panel as well as that front fender up there. So again, all the metal, all the panels have been adjusted very nicely on this car. Again, your side marker bezels here, those are in good shape. All of the trim work, the bright work on the car, the wheel lip moldings, the drip rail moldings, the quarter or the rocker moldings, I should say, those are all in good shape, nice and straight, polished up, very nice on this car. Again, 17-inch US mag polished aluminum wheels with the Sumitomo HTR Z3 rubber on them. Let's go ahead and open our door up real quick again. Just take a quick gander inside here. Again, this door, just like on the driver's side, we've got the rubber bump stops top and bottom. All of your seals and weather stripping are in good shape, even up around the top side of the side glass here. Those are in excellent shape as well. Again, the all black interior, black carpeting, everything looks very nice on this car. We'll close the door, closes up nice and easy. Now we can check our gaps here on the back side as well as on the front side of this door here. Again, the gaps are pretty uniform there, and I've already mentioned that our elevations with that door in and out, those are really good on this car too, as compared with the quarter panel and the front fender. Got that Camaro script emblem again, and then of course we've got those Z28 emblems on the front fender also to kind of help give it those little subtle styling cues that a Z28 would have had. Okay, now we're finally at the front end of our 69 Camaro, so we're just going to take a look at what we see here and then we'll open our hood up. So starting at the bottom here, again to complete the whole aero package look of the car, we've got that black plastic front air dam down below. You've got the parking lights down below also, lens covers on those are plastic, but they are in good shape. There are no cracks or chips out of those. Of course the grille, all black grille, all intact, Z28 emblem here on that front grille. Your headlights on this car are just your traditional sealed beam headlights, so your high and low beams are all in that one unit. These are glass lenses, but they are in good shape. There's no cracks or chips in those glass lenses. The headlight bezels themselves in excellent condition also. Those are all painted up black to match up with the rest of that grille. So again, a nice little touch there. As I mentioned earlier, we've got that blue, kind of that metallic blue paint here, but we have those ghosted in stripes up over that hood, starting here at our header panel, working our way up over top of that 2-inch steel cowl induction hood. Everything looks really good there. We can look at our gaps on that hood too the whole way around, and gaps look to be very uniform. Front side, on the sides, as well as on the back of our hood too. Elevations are really good too on the hood, so again they match up with those fenders very well. Let's go ahead now at this time, take a look at what's under the hood. So we're just going to pop our hood. So as we get the hood open, again, first thing we notice is the underside of the hood, painted that same blue as the exterior of the car. We have in here a set of billet aluminum fender braces, so that's a real nice touch in here also. We've got a aftermarket, it's a Champion aluminum radiator. That's going to help a lot with the cooling of this car, a much more efficient way of doing it. and they've got a set of dual electric fans in here also to help with that. So again, nice additions to the engine bay of this car. Now, as far as the motor itself goes, of course, this is a non-original motor, but this is a 383 stroker motor in this car. They've gone ahead and outfitted it with a few, you know, performance upgrades and so forth, things that make it look a lot better too under here. So starting at the top, working our way down, we've got an Edelbrock air cleaner here. This is a reusable type air cleaner. So whenever it gets dirty, you take it out, clean it up, spray it with air filter oil, stick it right back on the car again to reuse again. We have in here, this is the Brawler carburetor. I had to think of the name. I believe it's made by Quick Fuel Technologies, and I believe that is a 750 CFM carburetor. It is a dual feed design carburetor, electric choke as well, but it's set up real nice for this car. Edelbrock Performer RPM aluminum intake on it. We've got a set of aluminum valve covers from Chevrolet on there. That's a nice look for the car underneath here. We've got the valve cover breather as well as a PCV valve in there also, so that, you know, it'll, you know, rich and lean and so forth like that. You can adjust the carburetor on that and get it running real nice. We've got, as far as the ignition system, that's been upgraded on this car too. So to throw a little hotter spark at it, we've got all MSD stuff. We've got the Pro Billet distributor in there. We've got the 6AL ignition box, and we have a Blaster SS coil in here, and they have it all topped off with a set of MSD superconductor 8.5mm plug wires as well. Ceramic coated headers to help it breathe, obviously, and this particular motor has aluminum heads on it too. So again, this is a real nice package for this car. The whole front, your accessories up front, your alternator, that's a chrome alternator, chrome power steering reservoir, polished aluminum water pump, and all aluminum pulleys in here too. So everything up front just as nice as everything else. Got a mechanical fuel pump in here. Now this thing you see over here on the wheel well here, the inner fender, that is just a distribution block for all of your electrical stuff. So you can see they've got that nicely done here too, to keep all your electrical stuff, you know, running separately from one another. Power brakes on this car, power steering, just a complete overall real nice package that you've got on this car. Now again, on the drive line, we'll go over this when we do the underside video, but again, we've got that 383 motor, you've got that backed up with a turbo 350 transmission, and then you have a real nice 10-bolt GM rear end unit underneath here. So again, a real nice drive line here for a car that you can take just have a whole lot of fun cruising around with. And it's going to have the power whenever you want to go ahead and put your foot into the gas there a little bit. It's going to have lots of power for you. So we'll go ahead and close this up. Next thing we're going to do is hop inside, take a look at that interior. Alright, now that we're inside the comfort of our 69 Camaro Z28 style car here, we can see that we've got a all black vinyl interior. This is just your basic interior basically, with front bucket seats with headrests, all black door panels. This is your factory padded dash here. The dash pad itself is in excellent shape. This could be a new dash pad. It looks that nice. There's no cracks or no sun bleaching or anything like that. Looks really good here. The steering wheel, for lack of better terminology, I say it's like a sports style steering wheel, but it's a real nice unit here. You can see it's the 3-bar design, got a nice padded wheel on it there to grab a hold of with the Chevy logo right there in the center. As far as our instrumentation, that's all factory stuff up there in the dash. We've got 120 mile/hour speedo, and then you've got the fuel gauge there also. Got the factory heater controls here too. They've retained those here for the original look. And then of course our radio, they've gone ahead, what a lot of people are doing nowadays is using what these are those custom auto sound units. They are made specifically to fit right inside the stock hole, the stock insert there for the original radio that you would have had in this car. No cutting or modifying of the dash. They work really nice. It's a digital unit, AM, FM. This one's AM, FM cassette. So again, real nice unit there. Factory automatic center console here. Now this is hooked up your shifter, horseshoe shifter hooked up to that turbo 350 transmission. And then we do have a couple of gauges in here as a console cluster, but these have been replaced. They're aftermarket Autometer white face gauges. Real nice units here. They look great in here. You've got in here the voltmeter, the clock. You've actually got oil pressure and then water temperature gauges all in there, and those all function. They're all new gauges. Black headliner here looks to be in great condition. I'm even looking back at the sail panels. Sometimes on the older cars they can become a little loose fitting. These look to fit really, really nice and tight in here. They look really good. Front seat belts in this car also, and they even have the shoulder harnesses tied up along the headliner here, as they should be. The sun visors are in great shape here, and they also, you can put them down and then you can put them back up and they stay up too. They don't fall back down like a lot of them do, so that's real nice. Black carpeting. The carpeting is in excellent shape too. There's no tears, no holes, and there's no fading of that carpet either. So again, everything on the interior of this car looks to be great. Got that grab handle over here for the passenger. Whenever you decide to get on the gas, that passenger can grab a hold of that so they can hold themselves in the vehicle. Otherwise, everything's just as nice as could be in here. All right, here we are. We've got our 1969 Camaro Z28 styled car here up on our lift here. So we're going to go through the underside just like we normally do here, and just point out to you exactly what we see underneath this car. So we'll start up to the front here. Now this car has that black plastic front air dam on the front of it here. It's in good shape. It's not cracked or anything here, so that looks nice. I can see that we've got a really nice aluminum radiator up in here with the dual electric fans, it looks like, so real nice setup here. As far as the front suspension, your cross member here, that's all stock factory stuff, looks to be in good condition. Stock stamped lower control arms, as well as the upper A-arms on this thing too. So again, all just factory components here. The springs and the shocks, those all look to be in good shape. The shock bushings where they bolt on down here, those look to be in really good shape also. Now this is a power steering car, power brake car as well. Steering linkages here, your center drag link looks to be real nice here, nice and straight. Tie rods, looks like they've updated the tie rods on this car. A lot of them do, but the rubber dust boots, those are all intact on all of the ball joints here, and it looks like they've been maintained very well. You can see that they have been greased, but again, those rubber dust boots intact so that it keeps that grease in. Now, as far as the tie rods go, the adjustments on those, if you ever had to have an alignment or anything like that on this car, it's going to be very easy. The jam nuts for these are in real good shape. They look brand new practically, and the actual adjusters on them are real nice pieces. They're real big. You can actually get a hold of those and turn those very easily. Now the front brakes on this car, disc brakes, they're in real good shape, just GM components up here. So again, you could go to any auto parts store and buy replacement parts for this. As far as the drive line goes, we'll go over that real quick here. We've got a 383 stroker motor in this car. On that motor, as far as the oil pan goes, you can see it's got the dual kick out 8-quart oil pan. So again, that 8 quarts of oil is going to help protect that 383 stroker motor. Now that's backed up by a turbo 350 transmission. Real nice oil pan here. It's got the finned aluminum oil pan on the transmission, so that's going to help with heat. It does have the flywheel cover on it too to help protect that flywheel from any chips or any debris that might come in there and possibly damage that flywheel. Again, turbo 350. It's got the transmission cross member here. That's in real good shape. The tail shaft bushing back here in good shape as well. To finish out the drive line, our rear end on this car, this is a 10-bolt GM rear end. It's the 8.2-inch ring gear. Now this car, suspension-wise on the back end, retains the multi-leaf rear suspension. They did go ahead and add a set of air shocks in here so they can adjust the rear ride height on the car very easily. And again, that is a posi unit. Brakes on the rear of this car are by way of a drum brake on it. So again, they've updated the front end, kept the drum brakes on the rear, and those do have the e-brakes hooked up to them. So all of your hardware, all of your cables, everything like that, all intact for the emergency brake. As far as exhaust, we've got these long tube ceramic coated headers. We've got a real nice exhaust system on this car. Looks to be all new front to back. It's got the good exhaust clamps on here, those squeeze clamps on the front here up by the headers. Everything else has been welded on this thing. It's got a set of Dynamax mufflers on it, and then it's got the correct style tailpipes that exit up over top of the rear end and out between the leaf spring and the quarter panel on this car. The subframe on this car on both sides, very straight, very square here, looks real good. Body bushings here, the body mounts, those look good too. They're not squished to death, they're not dried out, they're not split, they look really good here. Floors on this vehicle as well look to be really good. I do not see any patches on these floors whatsoever. I don't think they've ever been replaced. It looks to be the factory floors that's in this car. All of your pinch welds here look to be good up both sides here as well, so that looks nice. Rockers look nice too on this car, by the way, also. As far as running gear, as far as the tires and wheels go in this car, we've got Sumitomo HTR Z3 tires on 17-inch US mag wheels. These are polished aluminum 5-spoke style wheels. And then to finish off this car, we've got just the stock factory fuel tank back here. That's in really good condition. I don't see any dents or dings in this fuel tank whatsoever. It's nice and straight. All the mounting hardware, the straps that hold it in, all the bolts, everything, that looks to be good too. And then looking straight up above at the actual trunk floors, those look to be good and solid, all intact, one piece. No patching that I can see whatsoever on that trunk floor either. So that's going to finish out the underside of our car. Now the only thing we have left to go over now is just to go ahead and get this thing fired up. That way you get to hear on camera what it sounds like. So before we do that, let me just leave you with, you can always reach out to us, get in touch with us either by calling us or by visiting our website, www.hanksters.com. You can also email us, and now we have the ability through our website to accept text messages with any questions and or comments that you might have with this vehicle or any other vehicle that we have in our inventory.